Welcome to Mama Made Me Do It, where Southern folks tell funny stories about things their Southern mama made them do. I'm Julia, and I am here today with my friend, the hilarious Finesse Mitchell.
What up?
What up? Hi, I'm so good, darling. Thank you so much for, oh, I love it. We get to kissy kisses. Thank you so much for spending time with me this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm unemployed. So,
He's not unemployed. He is so talented. Y'all probably know him from his 3-year stint on Saturday Night Live. He was also a part of Shaq's All-Star Comedy Jam. Also stars on the Disney Channel's Ant Farm.
Yes.
It's a great show.
The show that keep on giving, baby.
That's right. That's right. And he is also a talented author. He has written a book, and it is called
Your Girlfriends Only Know So Much, A Brother's Take on Mating and Dating for Sisters.
I love it. So this is like dating advice for women?
Dating for all women. So ladies, if you need dating advice, hit your boy up. I got you. I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm not dating you. So you know what I mean? That's the secret to my magic.
Give me one bit of dating advice.
It is hard, fellas, to date.
This is riveting.
That's how I start with the fellas.
That's how you start.
That's basic right
there. Right.
Ladies, if you want some real advice, watch how the spirit take over me right now.
I know, I love it.
Watch how it come out. Ladies, can't be an empty canvas and allow a man to paint his masterpiece on you. You have to already be a Monet or a Van Gogh. You have to already be a finished painting and let him fall in love with what he sees and get his act together. Don't be a blank slate.
This is good advice. Woo! You better preach, Finesse.
Jesus.
You better preach. He obviously knows what he's talking about when it comes to relationships because he has got a lovely wife who I have met, and she is sweet as she can be.
Yes.
And he has a beautiful baby girl. And
look what I'm doing,
Look at what you're doing.
Look at what I'm doing.
And he's got another baby on the way.
I've been blessed with a beautiful family. Love my wife. Her father is a famous R&B singer, El DeBarge.
El DeBarge? Of the night. Do y'all like hang out in the house singing DeBarge songs? No. You don't?
Yeah, we do. Sometimes
you do. Yeah, you do.
You can't help it.
You can't help it.
Yes.
That's really cool. Her daddy was El DeBarge.
Yes, but he still is.
That's true. He's still El DeBarge, y'all. Once you El DeBarge, you always El DeBarge.
That's how it works. Yep.
That's hilarious. Okay, so speaking of your family, let's talk about your mama. That's why we're here.
That's right.
Tell me about your mama. She must be
Kate Mitchell.
Yes. What's her name? Lotta.
Kate Mitchell.
Lotta Kate.
Aries, March 28th, baby.
My mama's Aries.
Yes.
Yes.
So you know what I'm dealing with.
I do know what you're dealing with.
I love that picture.
What's going on there?
I bought her that car. You know what we used to say when I first started out in stand-up comedy? She used to come to all my shows. That's why that's my boo. That's my boo thing. Like she can get whatever she needs from me because she was always super supportive. And but she would always come to all my comedy shows that was in Atlanta. So no matter how far it was, she would come.
Right.
Or in Georgia, period. But we used to always make this joke. I said, Mama, one day, because she had a Pontiac Grand Am.
Right.
I said, we're going to laugh our way into a Lexus. And she was like, from your mouth to God ears, baby.
I love that.
So
you laughed your way into a Lexus.
Yeah, I went out to the dealership. I said, you ready to get that Lexus? She was like, what Lexus? I said, that Lexus God promised us a long time ago when I first started. She was like,
isn't that sweet?
And her eyes welled up. She said, are you serious? I said, put your shoes on. Let's go get a car.
Oh.
Bought her that car.
You're a good son, Finesse.
I ain't made no payments, but
so crazy.
they gonna come get it soon, but she's driving it right now.
She's driving it till they come confiscate it, right? She's gonna be driving down the road in Georgia and be like, why is the police following me? Right? They're like, man, nobody's made payments on this car in 5 years.
But I have paid the satellite radio.
Oh, well,
that's just 19. So she got all the channels.
She can ride her bicycle and listen to Sirius.
That's right. She hooked up. She got it for the year. So we got to find a way to get that out of the car if they take the car. Because we own that subscription.
You own the Sirius subscription. You got to extract it from the vehicle.
They can have the car.
I love it.
I own the satellite.
All right. So growing up in Georgia, I know that your mama you must have some funny stories about your mama. What was it like growing up in Georgia with your mama?
Oh, wow. My mom, an amazing mom. Her and my dad split, so then she became a single parent mom. We lived with her.
Right.
But she was also a school teacher.
Oh, so was my mama.
She taught kindergarten.
Oh, okay. My mom was
Nice.
also elementary school teacher.
Nice. And so Atlanta Public Schools, that was her stopping ground. And so she taught my brother, and she taught me.
Oh, there y'all are. Look
Yeah.
how cute.
Yeah, no, that's my daddy over there. What?
No,
I'm just
he's
kidding.
not.
That's my
I
brother.
said, don't confuse me.
No, that's my brother.
Your mother's beautiful. Look at there.
Look at her.
there. She had it all together. I love it. She's pulled together for the family photo. Was that made by Olin Mills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of them 2,000 pictures for 1999.
That's right. That's right. And you got all the different
Yep,
sizes
you got
for all the different
32,000
frames.
portraits, 64,000 5x7s, and 2 million wallet size, all for 1999.
That's right.
Olin Mills.
You still giving up. Your mom's still giving
out
away
pictures. Still giving out pictures. I ain't met that many people.
So your mama was your school teacher.
Yes.
And so was she strict on you growing up?
She was always strict. You know, Southern women have these things that they call switches.
Yes, I'm aware of the switch.
My mom was a switch toter. She kept it on her. She kept it in a belt.
Yes.
And
so it was handy.
Yes. You know.
like a Southern ninja.
Yeah.
Yes, well, Southern mamas are strict. They make you behave.
She liked switches and Burt Reynolds. Them the only things she liked.
Honey, I love Burt Reynolds too.
She loved anything with Burt Reynolds and the mustache.
I know.
And she loved Tom Selleck.
And Tom Selleck, so she has a thing for mustaches.
She had a thing for mustaches and cars.
Cars.
Fast cars, Trans
Fast
Ams
cars.
and Ferraris.
I
And
love
Alex
it.
Trebek.
And Alex Trebek. So tell me something funny that your mama made you do growing up.
Julia, there was this time, you know how the Southern churches are.
Right.
Got to dress a certain way. And it's also like, it's not a fashion show, but you want to present your kids.
Oh.
That was a big deal because you didn't want to be talked about.
It is a fashion show. Church in the South is a fashion show. Let's just get that
From the
straight.
hats,
That's right. And you
all
can
of it.
always tell who's got on a new dress. 'Cause
Yes.
she's the one showing out the most in church
Yes,
because that's a brand
absolutely.
new dress. She wants everybody to look at her.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Standing up during the collection.
Yes.
Sit down. It's the collection. Anybody trying to look at your dress during the collection?
That's right. But church, you get dressed up for the Lord in the
Absolutely.
South. You do.
And she was in the choir.
Okay.
And she was one of the popular people in the church and in the choir.
Right.
But everybody knew us, her boys, because we would sit back in the second pew from the back by ourselves and always conduct ourselves in such a well-behaved manner.
Yes.
That it was impressive. Kate, your boys really do know how to act. You know,
Yes,
so it was
yes,
all of those type of compliments.
Yes, of course. A Southern
Well,
mama's dream.
Yes. So, we knew her rep and we knew how much church was important to her, going to Allen Temple Church. And but one day she put on a clip-on. She put me on a clip-on. And all the fellas out there and all the ladies, if you had your son who's under probably 7 years old, they wear clip-ons. Everybody.
Oh, the clip-on ties.
Clip-on ties.
Oh, got it.
So we call it a clip-on. And but it was a tie, real fat up at the top.
Oh, yeah.
With a big iron hook in it. And that thing clamps down and it locks into place. Only problem is it's on your esophagus and it's pushing so you can't barely breathe sometimes. Right. And I tried to tell her before we separated, because we had to go sit in the back and she had to go to the choir, that, hey, I want to take off my tie. She was like, don't you take off your tie in church. Tried to tell her, I said, hey, I don't want to wear this tie. Please, what's the big deal? She was like, don't take that tie off. If you take that tie off, you're in trouble.
That's right.
And I was like, all right, fine. So she's in the choir, and I'm sitting there, and I'm going through the first hymn and the second hymn. And when it's time to sit down and actually start listening to announcements and calling the guests and getting ready for collection and then the sermon, I couldn't make it. I started twitching and looking for her and she saw me acting all jittery because I'm literally really over exaggerating. I'm like
just wiggling like a hot worm in ashes.
I'm like, I know everybody, to the point where everybody's like,
yeah, that.
But I wanted to let her know from way up there in the choir that I have no choice. You see me wiggling, something is wrong. But she kept giving me this look like, don't you do it. I heard it too. I heard it.
Yeah, you heard it. Southern mamas can say a lot with just their eyeballs.
Like, you know,
my mama can say a lot with a snap.
So for some reason, My mom did that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's it. And you know, that's it.
My mom did do that.
Yes, all Southern mamas do that. In the pinch, did she pinch you?
So there was Sundays, of course, when she wasn't in the choir, she'd be sitting next to us. Mm-hmm. It's like, just if you doze off for 2 seconds, give me 2 seconds. I'm 7. Man, can I get 2 seconds? That's technically a blink.
No.
Technically, I just blinked. But you were so anxious to dig them long acrylic nails in my thigh and twist.
Twist.
You couldn't even pinch it. You had to pinch and twist. Till I cried.
That's right. But you opened your eyeballs.
I cried.
And you listened to the preacher.
Yeah, I did.
Yes. Southern mothers.
And then she tried to bribe me with old dirty peppermint. Find that old peppermint at the bottom of her purse. Try to give you candy like, okay.
Now that I pinched your kneecap off, here's this off.
Right. Now that you gotta cut your leg
here's this
off.
peppermint with lint on it, right?
Now that you got gangrene, at least take this peppermint. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So go back to church. So you in church,
okay.
And your tie is killing you, and you want to take it off.
And so now we're having an eye
You're
fight.
having an eye war.
We're having an eye war. We're
Right.
going back and forth. She's doing this, I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. She's doing this, I'm doing this. Anything she did, I did the opposite. I was like, so she's just looking at me like, and I'm just like, okay. But I'm like, it's coming off. Uh-huh. So all I heard my brother say, he's sitting next to me, and he don't really know what's going on, but I heard him say, don't you take that tie off. You know Mom gonna kill you. And that made me even more mad, because I feel like 2 people trying to tell me what to do.
Right.
So I went from here. I rolled it up, like I really exaggerated the movement, and I was just like, freedom. How you like me now? And my brother was like, you about to die. And I was like, no, I ain't. Mind your business. I looked back up in the choir. It was choir person, empty seat, choir person. And so it took me a little while to process. I was like, somebody missing.
Yeah.
Oh, where mama at?
She come to jerk a knot in your tail.
And I looked up. It was a hand. It was like the worst scary movie ever.
Yes.
Picture your worst scary movie. Picture you, Carol Ann, and Poltergeist, and you just in front of TV, and out of nowhere.
And in church, no doubt. In church, where she came to have her own private come to Jesus meeting with you.
And you know what? Okay. Let's just say all the congregation just put their head down like they didn't even see it. It was a whole bunch of accessories to that beating. But all right,
well,
I learned my lesson.
They knew that you were not minding your mama. You got to mind your mama in church of all places.
You know what it is, and especially in the South, I mean, you are really raised by a community of people.
You are. It takes a village to raise Southern children. Right. I mean, because you know, it's not just your mama's values and morals and etiquette and all that stuff and all the social graces, everything that we're taught that it's part of that culture. Right. But it's everybody in the community is living that way as well. So we look after each other, you know. Absolutely. I mean, you know, you think like, oh, I'm not with my mama, so hey, I can get away with this. Mama's not here. But you better believe by the time you get home that, you know, Miss Nancy Joe from 4 houses down and 4 neighborhoods over has already heard what you're doing and already called your mama, and you are over. You know, you at home for weeks. Right. You know, there's no getting away with anything. But that's, you know, Southern women look out for each other like that because they really are trying to preserve a culture. And it takes a village to do that. Absolutely. It truly does. It does. It truly does. Well, I would love to read a fan story. I love, if you don't mind, would you hear this? Yes. This is from Lisa Simmons in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Hey, Lisa.
What up, Lisa?
How you doing, darling?
What's going on, girl?
All right, so here's your story. So she says, so I am a Southern mama, and I'm going to tell you what I made my son do. My adult son has a bit of a problem with motivation. In other words, he doesn't like to work. She says, one day I came home from work on my lunch hour and found him and his other lazy friends sitting around doing nothing, so I hit the roof. I proceeded to confiscate all of his guns, and as I was loading them in the trunk of my car, he desperately runs out on the back porch and hollers, Mama, you can't take those. Those are my hunting rifles. To which I sternly replied, why don't you hunt a job? And y'all, that's how a Southern mama makes her son get a job. I love it. That sounds like it,
Lisa?
Very effective parenting, Absolutely. Lisa. I hope that he has a good job And he's buying you a Lexus.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Or you got the guns, go take one.
That's
No, I'm
right.
kidding.
Just go take one. We kidding.
I'm
We
sorry.
kidding. We kidding. I love it. Well, that's good old Southern parenting at
Absolutely.
its best. It's the way we do it in the South.
In some houses in the
In
South.
some houses in
If
the
you
South.
had just guns randomly laying around a single black mama in the South, it'd be so many kids limping because they got shot in the pinky toe.
You know, my daddy did shoot his pinky toe off. That's a true story.
Your mama would really be like, it was just your pinky toe. Stop all that crying. You know?
Stop all that crying. I know, because it is true. Southern mamas will tell you in a minute, if you don't stop crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about. That's right. All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
Finesse. You are so hilarious.
Thank you so much. I
So
had such a good time.
fantastic.
Absolutely.
Y'all, please keep up with Finesse and all of his wonderful accomplishments on his website. And you can maybe see where he's going to come do stand-up comedy in a city near you.
Yes, check the website, either finessemitchell.com or finessemitchell.tv, and find out where I'm coming. I'm on tour, and you know what the tour is called?
What's the tour called?
The Spirit Told Me to Tell You.
The Spirit
told
me to tell you. Thank y'all so much for watching, and please send me your Mama Made Me Do It stories. You can contact me through our website, southernwomenchannel.com. Bye, y'all.
Bye, Lisa.
Hey y'all, guess what? I've written a book. It's called Talk Southern to Me, and it's a collection of Southern sayings and Southern stories, and I hope it makes you grin like a possum eating sweet taters. You can find my book on my website, southernwomenchannel.com, at amazon.com, or at your local bookstore. Thank you so much for supporting the Southern Women Channel. Bye. Tell your mama and them I said hey.